I was talking to one of my mentoring clients today. We were talking about business growth. We were talking about different models of owning your own business. And I asked her, in the context of business growth, thinking ahead to her own future, I asked her this simple question. I said, how does it feel when you think about the idea of managing people in the future? If your business grows and you take on team, how does the idea of managing people feel? She did this whole body squirm of no, revulsion, right? And I said, okay, that gives you some indication of the style of business ownership that you're moving towards, the style of business structure that you might want to have. And we got talking about that and moved on to other topics. But the idea stuck with me all day that an assumption about what a business should look like can set you up to move into a business model that doesn't suit you and doesn't suit your style. Just because everybody else in your profession has structured their business one way doesn't mean you need to do the same thing. We see it all the time with health professionals in private practice. There's one side of the fence where people are what we would probably loosely call a solopreneur. So they're sole traders working on their own, doing all their own administrative stuff, seeing their clients in their own rooms, pretty much by themselves. And then there's the other camp, which is what we would call a group practice owner, where you're owning a practice, you've got administrative staff on your team, and you're bringing other clinicians in to work in your team with you. Now, how does one decide whether they want to be solopreneur or they want to be a group business owner or some other thing in between? Think about your energy when you think about questions like, how would I feel if I was to be managing staff? What does the idea of that feel like to me? Does it give me the shudders? Does it make me feel like I'm completely outside my comfort zone? Try not to fall into the fear trap. So don't make decisions based on fear. Make decisions based on whether or not the idea fills you up with energy or sucks the life out of your goals, sucks the life out of you from an energy perspective. These simple questions, they can actually help guide you, if you're listening to your energy in response to those questions, guide you to make the decision that's right for you right now. Because there's no one size fits all business model. There's no right way of doing your business. The only right way is what's right for you right now. And that, my friend, will change. So I started as a solopreneur. I started as a sole trader. I started renting rooms out of other people's businesses. And I moved on into, bigger things over time. And I've moved on to quite a big business now. In fact, I own 2 businesses. That doesn't suit everybody, and neither it should. And it wouldn't have suited me when I started out. Now, I'm doing things a bit differently these days and running businesses in a way that suits me right now. So what suits me today might not suit me in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, 20 years' time. I don't know. All I can do is keep my big picture thinking clear in my mind about where I'm heading for now, what my destination looks like for now. And as new information comes to light, as I make mistakes, because we all do, as I learn new things, because that's part of the process, right? I incorporate that into my goal structures and into my planning and into my strategic decision making, and I change accordingly. So I started out as a sole trader, became a company. In between times, I had a partnership. So I've tried all these different things, and I've been okay with the idea of changing models over time as it's suited. There's no business police coming to tell you you're doing it wrong. Unless you're sort of doing it wrong by the tax office. That's a whole nother question. So you do need to make sure you've got good guidance around you and good advice around you. That's the scaffolding. How you flesh out your business, how you design the interior, what kind of curtains you hang, that's your choice, and you're allowed to change your mind. And I think this is where a lot of people get stuck with this notion of, what if I make the wrong choice? There's no wrong choices, there's just inaction. So avoid that stuck place. by saying, right, I'm just going to try. I'm going to try this model. I'm going to try this idea. And if it works, brilliant. If it doesn't work, I've learnt something. Okay. Thinking about the notion of business growth. Business growth isn't just how big your business gets. Business growth is also, and more importantly, I think, how you grow into your role as a business owner, how you grow as an experienced entrepreneur, an experienced business leader. That takes time, and it takes trying things out. And it takes being okay with the goalposts moving sometimes and you having to move with them. So don't be afraid to start. There is no right starting place. There is no right business model. There is no right business structure. There's only what's right for you right now. And if you don't try, you're never going to know, right? Have a great night.